Yeah, better late than never. In the wake of certain events that have played out, I remember seeing some articles pop up. One of them that I thought I wanted to just respond to because I will not pass up any opportunity to shit on game journalists. Like, I'm one of those people who believes, like, no matter how much you may hate and figuratively piss on game journalists, and hopefully also literally, you don't hate them enough. They're scummy. Generally, I consider journalists in general scumbags of the earth, the shit stains, the afterbirth. Actually, no, afterbirth would probably be more pleasant to talk to than these cunts. Um, but yeah, no, game journalists especially, I hold this contempt for because no one is more deserving of a sacking from ever having gainful employment again than these cunts. Because they have antagonized, demonized, dehumanized, and belittled their own audience a number of times for not going along with their bullshit. Spread lies. Vice is kind of the worst on that, so I'm going to be addressing here. Is like they put out an article saying how that game journalism is still a necessity, and to which I can say, no, it's not. You fagaloons are about as essential as actors, thespians. Like, all of you fuckers could disappear tomorrow, like die of a plague. The world would not only move on just fine, it would probably be more livable. And I found this kind of egregious, too, because of all the outlets, like, no matter how much you may hate Kotaku and Polygon, I say Vice is the scummiest of them all, because remember, these are the same dipshits, the same parasitic cancers, the same tumors who peddled that manga is causing real world problems against women bullshit. You know, like what the UN is trying to do because they're so fucking useless and irrelevant. They pushed that. They were nominated for an award, which, by the way, to whoever nominated them for that award, thank you for proving once again that accolades, or official ones anyway, are useless and handed out by pissant shit stains to other pissants and shit stains. They did that, and also I vaguely recall one of the guys they interviewed in that documentary coming out and saying like they took him way out of context. So yeah, fuck them. Like they did that. They pushed all this bullshit with game journalism over the years, along with their covals and their contemporaries and other gaming. I'm sorry, their quote unquote game journalists, quote unquote rags. Seriously, they're like the Phoenix New Times. To call them a rag is an insult to cum wipes the world over. But they say this shit after how many years of antagonizing people and spraying bullshit and basically trying to stir up drama with other people, like with IGN or Ignorant, getting butthurt that J.K. Rowling was apparently being involved in the Harry Potter show, which, 50-50. They do all this shit. They try to inject stuff that has nothing the fuck to do with games, and I'm just left wondering to myself, like, and you're butthurt that you're losing work, and you may, like, seriously, I'm not a fan of Blacklist, but game journalists, I might make hell, if you worked at Vice, I especially would make an exception for you. If there's anyone who warrants a blacklisting, it's you amoral fagaloons. Like, these fuckers, the shit they have done, hell, they had a TV program where they one time tried to blame a murder on heavy metal. And no, I'm not joking. They tried to blame it on that and Satanism, which one of these is definitely more culpable than the other. I'll put it that, in my opinion. So they did all this, and they're like, well, no, we should still get work. No, you shouldn't. You are vile. Hell, when Sound of Freedom was coming out, which I still haven't seen for the record, you were one of the outlets pushing that this was like a bad film. It was bad timing or whatever. It's like, since when? And this is the same fucking outlet that pushed the pro-pedo narrative. Now, fuck them. Hell, one of the guys who was pushing that propaganda, it turns out, was a pedo himself. A fan of the playground. Like, So yeah, no, game journalists, you deserve every bit of what you're getting. If you're wondering why I am so vitriolic towards you on this, to quote Dennis Reynolds, because I hate you. You are scum. You are cancer. The cancer to kill my grandmothers and step-grandfather would be more pleasant to talk to than you. Because you are a blight on the human race as far as I'm concerned. You are scum. You are sexist shit. And I hope one of you comes across this to hear all this personally. Because you never once were in danger of trying to better yourselves. No, you did not ever once tried to improve or stop being dickheads, you then try to peddle the blame onto someone else. So, yeah, no, fuck you. You got what you fucking deserve. I am glad your industry is dying. Not only am I glad it's dying, I look forward to pissing on its grave when it's all said and done. That's why I'm hoping the YouTubers are wrong when they say your industry is dying. Because, well, one, it looks like it is. Two, it's like Joss Whedon. You have been cruising for a cancellation for a long fucking time. So, yes, no, fuck you, and fuck you, sirs and madams. Anyway. They did all this. And not only are they, like, there's this thing people like to say, like, someone lacks self-awareness, which, for the record, I find most people who say this to be condescending douche canoes, like hipsters. It's kind of like when people say, oh, this hasn't aged well. Kind of like the politics of Watchmen and Frank Miller's politics with the Batman Returns. Or when he fought Superman, because he had Reagan as the bad guy. Yeah, like, no, like, I hate that argument, unless it's, like, certain circumstances where it's like, oh, yeah, no, this is just a case of, like, this dipshit really was not thinking critically, or at the time he was incapable of seeing it for being objectively for the good down the line, because hindsight is 20/20, or 50/50, whatever. But yeah, no, these fuckers really have no self-awareness. And after all the shit that has happened recently with video games, they have enabled this crap to get worse and worse. They never tried to stop it. Like the shit that's happened with Veilguard. Like, I was already not getting that game. Now I'm actually kind of pissed because I found out they basically destroyed Ferelden. I'm like, you bastards, you sacks, you motherless. In the words of Al Swearingen, you motherless fucking whores. Actually, no, whores at least serve a purpose. I mean, I don't like them, but at least people can have a happy time with it. You parasites, you cunts, you shit stains. You justifiable examples of why beating the crap out of someone in daylight should probably be considered. And I probably shouldn't say that, but fuck it. Like, oh, God, I'm mad. So, Vice and them, they have done nothing to curtail this kind of shit from happening and getting worse. In fact, they've encouraged it. And even if you want to say it's a case of, well, the gaming industry probably wouldn't listen to them if they... Well, no, maybe not now, especially because it's pretty apparent some of these fuckers are just narcissists who will do whatever the fuck they feel like. But at the same time, it probably would have at least given them a moment of reconsideration before they did it. So yeah, no, the gaming industry, I hope it burns to the ground. The gaming journalism outlets, I hope they do burn to the ground so I can piss on the ashes. Kind of like they did to the bridge of race and gender relations. And fuck all kinds of duck, is all I'm saying. So yes, game journalists, fuck you. Vice, I hope you die alone, scared, and surrounded by cats who are most likely going to eat you when you've passed. You got what you fucking deserved. Karma is a bitch, but you know what? God bless her in this instance. And the fact that you put this out makes me think like, yeah, no, fuck you. Just fuck you. You got what you fucking deserve, and I am going to laugh every second of the way as you suffer misery. Because you made it pretty quite clear the actual gamer is your enemy. Well then, consider this enemy your most embittered one. Thank you, fuck game journalists, and yimmo head. Have a nice day, cunts and actual normal people.